Hello and welcome to DK Vine Done Slow. I'm Hyle Russell. Welcome back to Donkey Kong Land 2. Now, you'll have to forgive me today if I sound a little bit worse for wear, or worse than usual, I should say, to be more accurate. I always sound terrible, but I am suffering from a bit of a cold right now, so yeah, I've been struggling since this last weekend, among other maladies affecting the world, and of course, I also had computer problems for those keeping up with DK Vine on socials. I was going to stream Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for a little thing last Friday, and then my computer just crapped out on me. Thankfully, I got it working again, and so we are tentatively continuing today. Hopefully, we won't be running into any issues. But yeah, battling a cold, battling computer problems, battling just the general fatigue and malaise that is wearing us all down right now. But we will try to have a good time with this third installment of DK Vine Done Slow's Donkey Kong Land 2 Slow Run. So, we got Traveler of the Stars, hello, March Rose in the chat. I'll be checking in with our Twitch chat as I continue. I'll be reading out various comments along the way. March Rose is snowed in, which is always a nice feeling when you, of course you're working from home, March Rose, but still it's a nice feeling when you don't have to go anywhere and you have that lovely resplendent like white powder on the ground, which really helps brighten everything. You know, the sun reflects off of it and it really helps with the winter blues. Anyway, as you can see, 45%, which isn't bad, all things considered. As much as I struggled last time around, we are doing alright. So we are back in Krazy Kremland. As you can see, I left off right before Bramble Scramble. Now, anybody who is a longtime listener of the conversation, or just a longtime DK Vine reader, you might have heard me say, or read me saying at some point, that Bramble Scramble on Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest, the Super Nintendo iteration, might be my favorite 2D platforming stage of all time. I think it just ticks all the boxes, it does everything right, it is platforming perfection. You've got just the right amount of kinetic energy, forward momentum, exploration, constantly looking off the path, but not in a frustrating way. So it's been many the year since I've played Bramble Scramble on the Donkey Kong Land 2 iteration of Krazy Kremland. So I'm curious how this is going to go. Obviously it will not compare to the Super Nintendo version, but I am going to go in optimistic. I think this is where Donkey Kong Land 2 will really pick up. And oh my god, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD and I completely forgot how to play this game. That's going to be fun. Oh! Oh, the crook got me. Oh no. What is... Oh, there's brambles there. I did not see that because that just looks like part of the pathway. I can see now what it's trying to convey. But you can see where I would screw up. You can see where I would make that mistake, that assumption that that was just part of the pathway. Okay, alright. Alright, I'm on to you, Donkey Kong Land 2. I know what's up. Alright, so... which way do we go? Oh no, Donkey Kong Land 2 is doing a thing where it prevents two plausible paths, and you can't immediately ascertain which is the most plausible path. So we're gonna go down a little bit, because down just seems... well, down is death, apparently. Oh boy. And I have one heart... well, 2 lives left, 1 heart, so... Alright, well, I know some things now that I didn't know before. So this is going to be a more successful run. I didn't say it was going to be victorious, but it's going to be more successful. That's just the K. All of that for the K. Alright, click clack. Like I said, I have been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD quite a bit, so I'm very accustomed right now to the Retro Studios method of playing Donkey Kong platformers, you know, and Donkey Kong Land 2 is difficult enough because it's kind of a deviation of another thing, right? It's not necessarily, Jesus, it's not necessarily like the original style. It's mimicking Donkey Kong Country 2, so. But I know now that that's just the K, and even though I clearly need lives, we're not gonna concern ourselves with every little thing. But banana coins might be a good thing to bank, so we are going to. I was going to stream Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on Friday, and my computer crapped out 5 minutes before I was supposed to stream. And I think what happened was there was a static discharge, and it basically went into preservation mode as if there was like a power surge. It eventually started working again about 40 minutes later, but I was still hesitant, so I just let it rest, basically, while I finished my review of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on both a phone and a tablet, so that was fun. But I have been really enjoying Returns HD, I have to say. And to all the people who have, like, I saw some YouTube clickbait video, right? It was like Nintendo's lazy cash grab, like the nadir of the Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, shut up. Shut up. The game is so much fun, and yeah, it's not a complete remake because it doesn't really have to be, and yeah, the price is probably too expensive, but it's just really nice to have that preserved on the Switch, part of the Switch library with the other Donkey Kong Country games, and I'm having a blast with it. I really am. Squawk's control's great in this game. You know, you've got that variance with Squitter, right? You've got that different style of play you have to get accustomed to controlling Squitter, but Squawk's, he's just basically the same. And I don't, this is falling into maze territory again. Okay, I don't want to go there because I will lose Squawk's. And I have a feeling I didn't fully explore down here. And it's just a more little stuff. No hero coins, although there could be a hero coin pathway here somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. Thankfully, there's a DK barrel there. And again, apologies if I'm low energy for this stream. I am just nursing a little head cold right now. 'Tis the season. Okay, I see a bonus barrel over there. Can I go no, that's dumb. Don't be stupid. So I see this Zinger going halfway through the brambles, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a little passageway there. I wonder if I can just go on through. But I can't. I was gonna test it out, you know, just to see. Just to see if it was possible. It's not. how do I... Jesus! There's no room to jump there. Okay, I can just jump up there. I feel like the brambles are a little bit more unforgiving here, like as far as hit detection goes, compared to the Super Nintendo version. Because there you could do some minor, like, brushing up against the brambles in various spots, but they don't really permit that here. Maybe they do, maybe I'm just having bad luck. But it makes me really scared to jump now. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to run out of time because I'm going so gingerly because the brambles are kicking my ass. Alright. But, okay. Thankfully, it deposits you right there so you get the DK barrel once again. Jeez. Alright, well now we'll go with Diddy. Diddy will try it, and I won't be so scared this time. Now that I know it's easy to get back in. And it's not like a retro Donkey Kong Country game where you only get one shot per life. Or per trip into the level. Okay. Got that Krem coin. And then... you all saw that, right? You all, that's great. That's great. I'm gonna go and save, so I don't have to worry about that Krem coin going back in and doing that again when I inevitably die, which I will. So now there's just the hero coin and Bramble Scramble, but wow, what a tight little corridor that is. Burp. I didn't really save in a good spot last time because I only had 2 hearts left, and I didn't really want to go back and grind for lives while I was okay. Well, that's fine. Game over. Yep. Yep. Traveler of the Stars asks, how cold has it been where I'm living in Virginia? It's I think it was in the teens this morning. I mean, Fahrenheit teens. So it's, you know, cold, but not as cold as it is where you are. Traveler of the Stars concurs and says, people calling Returns a lazy port really get on my nerves. They have a simple HD upscale on the Wii they could have pumped out. Yeah, it could have been lazier. The fact that it has the 3DS levels in there is just a huge, huge thing for me. And I feel like the people calling a lazy port are either looking for a reason to be negative, or they're just not Donkey Kong fans and they don't really care or know that it has the extra levels, and they don't understand what that means or why that's a big win. So, yeah. Crooks don't normally give me this much trouble. So yeah, I mean, quibble all you want about the pricing, but I don't think they needed to do more with it. You know, they could have done far less with it. And ultimately, all of these little problems that people have won't mean a damn thing in 5 years, when this is still the definitive version of Donkey Kong Country Returns. And just the little talking points, the little clickbaity gripes are long in the past. That's my opinion, at least. Because the fundamentals of the game are still terrific, you know? It's not like Returns needed a whole lot of work done to it. And it's been successfully brought out of the Wii era and all the little things about the Wii era that would have held it back. So, yeah, I'm more than happy with it. it honestly looks like how I always imagine Returns to look. And then you go back to the Wii and you're like, oh wow, this is the way Wii games looked? Oh no. Just that very dim, very muddy look. The pre-HD Nintendo. But there was something about Wii games in particular that just... It almost seems shocking, even compared to like GameCube, just how washed out everything is. I don't know. I'm hoping the hero coin isn't in the squawks part, but something tells me I haven't gotten it to it yet, so... Okay. Back where we were. I love Zingers and Flitters. I think they are such great... I mean, Zingers are just such a great design in general. There's a reason they just stuck around for longer than really any other Kremland Crew affiliated baddie during the Rare era. You know, they came... They and Neckies came... Or Mini Neckies, in this case, came back in Donkey Kong Country 2. And even though Zingers did get swapped out for Buzzes in the DKC 3 and Land 3, they came back in Donkey Kong 64. And, of course, Payon really used Zingers as well. And I love them. They're great. Okay, this might be the hero coin up here, because this is a very... maybe. I thought this was going to be like, oh yeah, it is. I was right. Getting ahead of myself. I'm talking myself out of good things, essentially. I'm like, oh, this could be the hero coin up here. Oh, but it's probably not. It's probably not, because this game is kicking my ass. Oh, Donkey Kong Land 2. Oh. I really think Donkey Kong Land 2 just suffers from the comparison, right? Like, I know the last stream I was really just whining and moaning about everything, but if you didn't have Donkey Kong Country 2 as that direct comparison, and if Donkey Kong Land 2 wasn't trying to be so much like Donkey Kong Country 2, it wouldn't be... What the hell is happening here? This is... Well, I know there's no other bonus areas. I already got the hero coin, so this is just a whole lot of vines. But yeah, like this would be a good time if you didn't have the other earlier iteration of Bramble Scramble to compare it to. Fuck. And yeah, like, I do think there are design elements that hold Donkey Kong Land 2 back, especially because it tries to hit that high water mark of Donkey Kong Country 2, and it tries to have the same levels of exploration and, like, hidden objects, and you don't have the screen real estate to hide stuff in this one. And Donkey Kong Land 2 played within its limitations. Even though, yeah, the play control wasn't as great, like, this is a lot sharper and crisper controlling the characters. It feels a lot more like Donkey Kong Country, but that's a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged cleaver, my friends, because if it feels more like Donkey Kong Country, then you expect it to behave like Donkey Kong Country, and it just can't be Donkey Kong Country. So I think, paradoxically, the limitations of Donkey Kong Land 1 actually works in its favor. And not everybody will agree on this, of course, but I think Donkey Kong Land 3 probably strikes a better middle ground, although I could be wrong there. It's been a long time since I played it. However, like, so much happening there. I don't need to explore so much, so I just need to get through as best I can. I'm gonna wait for that flitter. And you know, what would you do? What would you do with Donkey Kong Land 2? Because Donkey Kong Land, of course, it had that wonderful meta plot about, not meta as in the douchebag billionaire social media empire, but the meta-textual plot of we are doing the plot of the first game again, but on the Game Boy, because your grouchy grandfather/father thinks you just got by on the sweet 16-bit system and the ACM graphics that could be pulled off on it, and if you just did it on the Game Boy, you wouldn't be that successful. And you had some elements of Donkey Kong Country in there, but it was just a lot of new environments, a lot of new worlds and enemies, and Donkey Kong Land 3 kind of split the difference. It really did just repeat most of the elements of Country 3, but it had a new story, and it was able to do kind of that sleight of hand where it felt different enough that you didn't just feel like you're playing a watered-down port, a demake of the Super Nintendo game. But what would Donkey Kong Country 2? Because there wasn't a lot of wiggle room plot-wise. And I know I have the fanon plot about K. Rool raised Crocodile Isle with Kremling magic, and that's why it looks so extra dilapidated, and he's trying to prove to the Kremlings that he can successfully be victorious, and that the horrible destruction of Crocodile Isle doesn't have to be their fate. And that's fine as a fanon plot, but that wouldn't really work as like the bundled game storyline. So what could you do with Donkey Kong Land 2 as a direct follow-up to Donkey Kong Country 2 without just repeating the game, the previous game, the Super Nintendo game, given how it left off? If you want to reuse elements from Country 2, just as Land reuses elements from Country 1 and Land 3 reuses elements from Country 3, there's no room to do it, right? Because Crocodile Isle was destroyed at the end of Country 2, and that it kind of closes off the ability to play with that. How would you do a follow-up that's a new adventure? That's an interesting thought experiment, and I will leave that to everybody watching right now to think on that. Personally, I think you could have done a few things if you weren't afraid to... Jesus! Alright, I'm going to save that hero coin, though. This isn't going well for me at all. At least we're halfway through with the hero coins. It's a big milestone. Jeez, these brambles are unforgiving. And sometimes it's hard to discern where the walkways end and the brambles begin. I think an interesting storyline you could have done, and this might have been a little bit too much and involved a little bit too much in the way of work for the DKL2 team, but maybe there's a lesser Kremlin stronghold out there, like an island that is near Crocodile Isle, but it's like where they would hide their treasure. And, maybe Clubba. Because Clubba at one point was going to be the true final boss of Donkey Kong Country 2. You were going to fight Clubba in the Lost World, in the Crocodile Core. And so like, maybe you could have had Clubba be the main boss, be the main baddie of Donkey Kong Land 2, and you actually just don't use K. Rool for a game. Clubba just marshals the, jeez. Just marshals the Kremland crew, the piratical Kremland crew. I really hate that little corridor right there. It's really, really unforgiving. And I don't think you would even need to do the plot of kidnapping Donkey Kong again. I think maybe it's Diddy and Dixie learned that the Kremlin stashed... Jesus Christ. They stashed a bunch of treasure on this, like, treasure island. And they go to explore, but it turns out this is where Clubba and a lot of the piratical Kremlins absconded to following the events of Donkey Kong Country 2. Like, they escaped to this island. And so it's just a quest to get treasure. Like, less stakes. Doesn't need to be life and death. Just like Donkey Kong Land 3 was the quest to find the Lost World, like a radio contest or something. It's never specified what kind of contest that is, like who is putting it on, but I think it's fun to say it's a local radio station challenging people to find the Lost World, the other Lost World of the Northern Hemisphere. But yeah, anyway, I think that way you could have, like, used the same types of levels, like, do different level layouts anyway, so all they would have to do is come up with new level names for them. You could have had the same general gimmicks, like you could have had a slime climb and a toxic tower, but not have it be called that. And you just have different world maps, and, So yeah, I think that's how I would have done Donkey Kong Land 2. None of this watered down demake stuff that really holds it back. It holds it back both from just a narrative sense, but also that direct one-to-one comparison. If they went more in the format of Donkey Kong Land 3, where it's effectively the same thing again, but it doesn't treat it like it's the same thing again, and so your brain kind of makes more allowances for it, and you're not just thinking, oh, Bramble Scramble. I remember Bramble Scramble from Donkey Kong Country 2. Is this going to be like Bramble Scramble in Donkey Kong Country 2? Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame they didn't. It's also a shame that I'm being absolutely terrible at this. And yeah, Bramble Scramble on the Super Nintendo was also a very hard stage the first time you played it. I think I'm just trying to rush through this a little bit. I'm gonna get that banana coin. I'm also just used to the flow of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD at the moment. So waiting for the zingers to pass so you can pass, but they don't immediately bounce back at you. Ah! That gets me right there, because the one goes the other way and you're like, okay, now's the time, go, but then the other one gets you immediately. I'm not learning from my mistakes, am I? I have no object permanence right now. It's just getting to the end goal. I'm not even looking for a hero coin at this point. This is ridiculous. For as challenging as people say Donkey Kong Land 1 is, and it can be, it really can be, but I got through that in 4 hours. on a DK Vine Dunslow series. So this has already exceeded that, and I'm not even through the 4th world. Yes, the worlds are longer, I guess. Maybe. Alright, Dixie, help me out here. I don't feel like finagling Diddy's cartwheel over that. Okay, Zinger time. Zinger time. So, wait for the other one. Okay. No! I don't Okay, get into the Squawks barrel. Be very, very careful through here so no zingers or flitters or brambles scrape up against Squawks. And then just get to the star barrel. Just get to the star barrel. And, well, you only have 1 life left, Hyle, so... I felt like I didn't even touch that flitter. Like, is Squawks really that fragile that a little dragonfly scrapes up against his talon and he's like, bleh. Those banana coins will not do me any good when I get a game over. If I could just get to, like, Mudhole Marsh, I would feel a lot better. I gotta get out of the brambles. There's just too much that can go wrong with the brambles. Okay, what do you want me to do here with these zingers? Okay, that. Ah. I'm so jumpy right now. Because I feel like everything is just going wrong. And I can't deal with simple baddies. Like a Click-Clack. I'm like, that Click-Clack's gonna end me. I miss the sky. I miss the blue sky, the deep blue sky with the wispy clouds in the background. I know you can't have that on the Game Boy, but that really, really helped sell the majesty of the Bramble stages. Bramble Scramble in particular. Like, Bramble Blast, I know, came first, but that one wasn't... That one was just a big barrel blasting maze, and it didn't have the same grandeur that Bramble Scramble had. I think Bramble Scramble is where you really stopped to take notice of the Bramble aesthetic, that archetype, and that's really where it started to sing. And of course, Screech's Sprint had its own annoyances, so Bramble Scramble really is it, as far as the Bramble level type. Of course, there is the Bramble section in Animal Antics, but we all know how I feel about that one. Okay, hero coin up there, already got it. Already saved it, so it's just about finishing the level and not getting hit by a Zinger, or a Flitter, or a Click-Clack, or a Crook's Hook. At least there aren't any mini Neckies in here. Although I guess they're just called Neckies in this one. Alright, alright, alright. The Flitters and the Zingers here are something else. Ah! Okay. Okay, so that Zinger goes deep down there, and then I cross. Then I cross. Okay, well, got an extra life. That's good. The level just keeps going. Don't love that. trying to... Okay, that Zinger goes wide on both directions. Oh, thank God. That's done. That's done. We did it. Or I did it. I mean, but you watched, and it was very painful for you to watch, so... Oh, I'll go rent Funkies. Yeah, okay. We're going to go back in, and we are going to save at Wrinkly's. Yeah, Captain K. Rool. He's not cool. Do his homework. We know. Okay. Whew. I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling better now that Bramble Scramble's done. And Mudhole Marsh is here. Quirtykins is here and says... Fun fact, bird bones aren't more fragile or even more lightweight than mammal bones of the same size. They're approximately the same weight and actually stronger than mammal bones. The reason birds are seen as fragile is because if their bones do break, the splinter are unlikely to ever heal, so it's pretty much game over for them. Well, it's game over for me quite a few times there. Hello to John Tessier, joined us on the live stream as well. Alright, Mudhole Marsh. It's nice to have background again. You get the little swamp background. It's lovely. Okay, there are hooks up there. Well, let me just roll into the swamp. Jeez. Alright. No offense, Diddy, but I feel like I would do better with Dixie here as I'm navigating these hooks. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. One thing about the swamp levels, the bayou levels in Donkey Kong Land 2, is they are deep and wide. You know, look at that. Look how deep they go. It's odd. Okay. Whoa! Speaking of neckies. Ah! Not knowing where you're gonna drop to, I think that's gonna be a problem here. Because it is very, like, tall, this level. You can see how, but you don't know exactly where you're gonna drop in relation to the hook. Or the cattail. Well, at least Professor Chops isn't in this game. No offense, Traveler of the Stars, but at least I don't have to hear him ringing his bell once I die 5 times in a row. Yeah, I just cartwheeled into the swamp. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I tend to make stupid mistakes. They compound on each other. Once I start making dumb decisions when I'm playing a game like this, I just keep doing it. I'm like a moth to the flame. Okay. I always love seeing the clingers on the cattails. It's such a great reuse of them from the rigging stages. I'm really worried like they're gonna hide a hero coin or... yeah. I was gonna say, I'm really worried they're gonna make you, given how high this level is, there has to be a reason they designed it to go so high. So they're obviously gonna hide stuff up there. And unless they give you Squitter, they're gonna expect you to bounce on these mini neckies, and then sure enough, neckies. They're not mini neckies in this game. They're just neckies, because all the adult neckies died when Crocodile Isle blew up. So by default, these are the neckies then that will grow up to be the full-size neckies in the Super Smash Brothers stage. Congo Jungle in the background there. And then I guess Donkey Kong 64, there's a couple neckies, although they look dumb in that game. It's an odd collect the stars. Very little stars to collect. Just have to jump between the cattails. Although, what am I saying? I'm having such difficulty doing the most basic motor functions in this game that... Okay, don't think... Okay. God, this is a huge cattail. Like, this level is so tall. It is very satisfying to take out the clingers this way. Then it makes me think, where are they going to stick the hero coin? It's going to be down there in the swamp, or is it going to be up in the sky? Oh, and now we have Crockheads. New element. Again, you don't know where you're going to land. You bounce on a flitter, and you're like... Okay, so this is probably going to be a second bonus area. Leap of Faith. Ah! I swear it's slippy. You just slide right off. Okay. Also, far less of a floaty jump when you're trying to haul the cannonball over. Find the token. Alright, I'll find it then. No! Well, there's the hero coin at least, but I have to go back all this way. Okay, it's fine. Wow, they just give you the hero coin for exiting the bonus area. I mean, that's cheap, that's lazy, but I'll take it at this point. I need all the little gimmies I can get. Yeah, don't give me, like, the little trail of bananas. Don't give me the little trail of bananas and then reveal, oh, you actually have to bounce across. Because the trail of bananas is saying just go down. So I'm thinking it's going to be safe there. I'm thinking it's going to be a spot that provides security beneath me. I'm not going to expect that I have to do a jumping arc. If that's the case, then do the trail of bananas as an arc. Okay. Okay, third time's the charm. I got it. Now it's time to finish this level. What are they going to throw at me? Well, a lot of neckies. Okay, well, didn't get the K and the O, but that's fine. I got through Mudhole Marsh. Everything is collected. I'm going to go save, because any level now will provide me a game over. Hello, dearies. Great dialogue. They clearly didn't get paid by the word for writing Donkey Kong Land 2. So, of course, Rambi Rumble is an infamous stage in Donkey Kong Country 2, because that's the level that King Zing chases Rambi, like the boss of the world shows up towards the end of the level and chases you. The classic clamp-on, spiny combination where you roll and then you roll right through the spiny into a clamp-on's mouth, but then you jump on the clamp-on, and then there is a spiny right after. There's a reason they're always paired together. Okay. Oh! I'm running into the same problem here I did with the first Zinger Hive level, in that I know they're going to be doing some maze-type chicanery here. Destroy them all. Okay. Wah! And again, it's Spinies and Clamp-Ons, the favorite of the Zinger Hives. Ah! I swear, I was pressing the button to pick it up, and it just wasn't cooperating. So where do I even go back now to get back into that bonus area? Like, where even was I? I have no sense of place right now. Well, there... What? Just get me back to where I was. I am lost. I would like to get back into the bonus area. Okay. Which I guess is this. I don't know. I don't know. I can take out the clamp-ons just by jumping on them, so I really only need the cannonballs for the occasion of those. Okay. I didn't need to bring it to the end there. That was slowing me down. It was a very dumb decision on my part, but I got the job done. Okay. Who knows where the hero coin is? Ah. And I guess at some point, Rambi's gonna show up. I mean, that's advertised in the name of the level. Why wouldn't Rambi show up? They wouldn't have a level name with an animal buddy in Donkey Kong Land 2, where the animal buddy just doesn't show up. Yeah. That would be dumb. I just fell into the bonus area that I don't need to actually do. So now I just went all the way back. Why can you just fall into it, though? Like, why design it like that? I don't understand. Uh-oh. Okay, alright. Whew. Learn from my mistakes. Don't go back in that I'm looking for the hero coin. That's, I think my biggest Achilles heel is I obsessively want to just check every little... Well, there's Ramby. But again, like, is there anything down there? I wouldn't put it past Donkey Kong Land 2 to just hide something down here and have this be a completely legitimate secret, even though there's no indication that there's actually anything down there. And again, there's no secrets hidden in, like, walls in Donkey Kong Land 2, but I still really think there should be, because you have the supercharge, and there's big walls you could break through. And there's a bonus area. Again, this feels like a really weird collect the stars. Just, they were very spaced out. There was no flow to those stars. Well, I probably missed the hero coin. But at least there's no King Zing to show up and do the jump scare. Oh, there's the hero coin. Sweet. Alright. Sorry, Dixie. Woo! Alright, and I've replenished my lives a little bit. That's fantastic. Alright, I will save. Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming to have the Ramby Rumble name and then not have the King Zing Sting chase. Although, you know, you do that once, it doesn't have the same magic. And they probably couldn't do it on the Game Boy anyway, but for those of us who played both Donkey Kong Country 2 and Land 2, it wouldn't have felt the same. Alright, King Zing, Sting. It's going to have a different kind of mechanic to this than it was in the fight on the Super Nintendo. For one thing, I didn't even know where he was. Okay, so he blinks, and then he's invulnerable, and you've got to evade him. Now he's depositing little zingers. Where's he hiding those zingers? Does he have them in his butt? Do you think he snuggles zingers in his... as the king of the zingers, do you think he's like, get in your king's butthole, please? Squawks. Squawks the parrot is showing up. I have a rematch with Squawks the parrot. Squawks the parrot humiliated me 9 months ago, so please, please crawl into my butthole so we may have a new strategy in which to defeat Squawks the parrot. I'm sure this is what happened. Which, you know, if that's what you have to do as a zinger, climb in your king's butthole, I'd rather be a Buzz. I don't care if they look dumb. I don't care if they have the big Ninja Turtle action figure teeth. I'd rather be a Buzz. I've never heard of a Buzz having to do this. I'm really having trouble just seeing where he is. Ugh! And yeah, and then I get hit by a zinger. Jeez. I mean, the same principles apply as on the Super Nintendo. You have to get behind him and then spit the egg at his zinger, at his stinger, I should say. He is a zinger. So really, I should just get far away from him when he's blinking, and then... It's just a patience game. That's all it is. Jeez. But also not knowing where he is. Again, it's just a screen real estate problem. So trying to keep track of him while at the same time avoiding him, they're kind of at odds with each other. Because I want to know where he is at all times, but I also have to keep away from him when he's in this state. Jeez. Oh, he's going so fast now. Jeez. Oh, God. Oh, he's booking it. Oh. I feel like he didn't even move that fast in DKC 2. He's learned a few things in the 9 months since our last encounter. I do really, really like the concept of King Zing. I know I've said this before, but just the notion of a, you know, we had the Queen Bee in DKC. So just to have the King Bee is such a dumb bit of logic, but it's so much fun. And it makes the Zingers just feel so much more fleshed out as a little sub-civilization adjacent to the Kremlings. God, I don't even know the best way to deal with this. I don't even know where he is half the time. Oh, wow. I just shot in the dark. Shot in the dark, but it did it. Alright. I'm gonna go back and save. Has it really been an hour? Alright, well, I'm over halfway there now. 29 Krem coins, 22 Hero coins. Hello, Me Muppet. Hello, Me Muppet in the chat. Nice to see you with the pants dance emoji. Alright. Alright, so Crazy Kremland's done, and we scale Crocodile Isle to Gloomy Gulch, which of course is the haunted forest of Crocodile Isle. Now you might notice though that there's a little bit of real estate to the left there. There's just a little bit of emptiness. What could that be? The map screen here for Gloomy Gulch is a little bit closer to what it was on the Super Nintendo. It doesn't have the deviations that Krem Cauldron and Krazy Kremland have had from the Super Nintendo original. Oh, so much space up there. Can I? Nah. I love the spooky trees. I love that they brought the spooky trees back to put them in the background there. Just gotta make sure you have the spooky trees. And yeah, ghost ropes are back. Ghost ropes are back, everyone. Ghost ropes. The confounding ghost ropes. What are ghost ropes? Well, the ghost ropes are ghost ropes. They're ropes that are ghostly apparitions. There are, like, in the mythology and the lore of the supernatural, inanimate objects can also be apparitions. So, of course, then the series would expand on this in Donkey Kong Country 3 with ghost barrels. You know they're going to be hiding some shit with those. It's only a matter of when. Okay, just gonna trust there's nothing over there. Come on, Clobber. Yeah. Yep. Come on, Clobber. Well, I could probably just go over here. Okay, just to know. Also, am painfully aware I am almost at a game over. So anything I do, if I don't save, then I'm just gonna have to do again. So we're in a new world. We're in a new world, and there's no funky or wrinkly yet, so oh god, and I just yep, okay. Yep, game over. You know, it's fine, it replenishes my lives. And I've got my feet wet. No, don't go down. Go back up. Okay. I'm also out of banana coins again, so I really need to be on the lookout for those. Although the first save in any world is free. I only halfway trust the banana paths now after that one bonus area where, I mean, technically, yes, there was something underneath them. They were the flitters, but they expect you to bounce off the flitters, of course, because the flitters are only a temporary platform. Once you bounce on it, then you no longer have them, but still, I'm a little bit bitter about that still, so I don't necessarily trust Donkey Kong Land 2 like I would any other Donkey Kong game. I could not imagine this game, though, if it was just trying to do all of this, trying to be, you know, Donkey Kong Country 2, effectively. I couldn't imagine that if it had Donkey Kong Land's physics. At the very least, I know I've had some problem with button input, with things not necessarily cooperating with me, but it's mostly a crisp experience. It does feel like Donkey Kong Country 2, which again, I keep pointing out that's actually not a good thing sometimes, but the fact that it does play like that means, you know, you can do this this type of gameplay, like Ghost Ropes. Bring Ghost Ropes back. And it doesn't feel like it's just nearly impossible. Fuck. Although occasionally. Yeah, I just need to go fast. Although not so fast that I'm just not touching the ghost ropes. Getting a little frustrated. I'm just using Dixie at this point. I don't really trust my ability to effectively use Diddy's roll jump. Okay, good. 30 hero coins. Or Krem coins, excuse me. Krem coins. I am looking for the hero coin here, though. Surprisingly, I haven't encountered what I thought I was going to encounter, which was, oh, that. That was weak. That was weak. Like, I know what they're trying to go for there. Oh, you have to explore past the target, and then there's going to be a ghost rope, and the hero coin's going to be all the way up there. But like, it was just right. It was just right there. Like there's no hiding that, and whatever. That's fine. Now, what is this? This is not Haunted Hall. This is Krazy Koaster. Well, yeah, I guess they couldn't get Cackle working on the Game Boy. So this is one of the, I think only 2 stages where they just do something different. Effectively, it's still a roller coaster, but they don't even try to recreate it. Castle Crush will be another one that gets bumped for a new level entirely. So Krazy Koaster is a completely original level name, and as you can see, it's not even a haunted library. It's just an expansion of Kremland at this point. And the library, the walls have been blown away, so this is a reconfigured where Haunted Hall used to be. Krazy Koaster. What makes it so crazy, we will about find out, I guess. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna miss stuff. I think the best option for me right now is to not fall in pits, but if I miss stuff, I miss stuff, right? I've got to save the game. I've got to save the game. So, and I think Krazy Koaster is gonna kick my ass, unfortunately. It's one of those weird collect the stars where you don't actually have to collect all the stars. There's different routes to take. So it gets really muddled, in my opinion. Damn it, I did it again! I did it! Same exact thing as before. I did it again. Yeah, those banana coins aren't going to do me any good if I can't get to Kong College. Yep. I could, I could just use a save state, but then I'd still only have one life left. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this authentically. That's what I'm gonna do. So that Zinger always gets me. And that Zinger always gets me. I'm not jumping at the right point for the Zingers, and now I get a game over, and I have to start all the way back at the beginning of Ghostly Grove. At least I know what I'm doing. At least I know what I'm doing this time. I know where everything is. I just have to get through it again. Oh my god. So I'm not gonna shed, hopefully I'm not gonna shed the same amount of lives as I did the first time through. And I can save those lives for Krazy Koaster. And I guess Gusty Glade will be after Krazy Koaster. I didn't even advertise I was coming to Gloomy Gulch because I didn't know. At this point, this game is really just whipping my little buttocks. And I didn't know if I was going to make it this far. So the fact that I did make it here within an hour, I'm actually quite content with the progress I made today. Everything else is just an added treat. And in the meantime, I can just marvel at things like, oh yeah, it's really cool that we got a second game with clomps and spinies and ghost ropes and those spooky trees that look like Spirit Halloween animatronics. Again, it's one of the joys of just choosing to believe that Donkey Kong Land 2 is a separate canonical adventure, because it's just more time spent with your favorite enemies and aesthetics. Donkey Kong Country 2 is my favorite game in the series. It's my favorite game of all time. And even though this, can't hope to compare to that one, it's still more of the things I love. And that's alright sometimes. Not everything has to be the most brilliant thing you've ever experienced or ever played. Not everything has to be a flawless masterpiece. Just because it's not a flawless masterpiece doesn't mean it's crap. And I think that's what I really would love people to understand again. You don't even need the ghost rope. You just jump. You just jump. Okay, that's bad. That is bad design, but I'm not going to hold it as a whole against Donkey Kong Land 2. You see what I'm saying? You can have criticisms of something. You can say that is flawed, but you can still be appreciative of the experience. Art does not have to be a 5-star masterpiece or just utter shit. You know? I appreciate Donkey Kong Land 2 for what it is. Warts and all. I can't... Okay, I need to follow the banana arcs, clearly. There's no banana arc there, though. I'm struggling getting over the zingers. I am. I can admit it. Yeah, the Donkey Kong guy is struggling to jump over zingers. It's bad. It's a bad look. I don't know what I'm doing. And the thing is, the more I'm like, alright, I need to change up my pattern here, the more I can't help but focus on the zinger, and I can't avoid them as a result. Alright. Come on. Oh, I got that Krem coin. For as much good as it will do me in this very frightening experience. This roller coaster level I do not remember that is not in Donkey Kong Country 2 in this configuration. I missed the ghost chasing me because the ghost was familiar. The ghost I could handle. This is just... Okay, there's stuff up on the track there. It's fine. It's fine. I can always go back. I got all the bonuses, so that was probably the hero coin. It's good knowledge to have. I'm not doing research ahead of these, if you can't tell. Like, I'm not doing a playthrough. Jesus! I thought it was going to be a safe little track. I thought it was going to be... Just a little... Here's a hero coin for you, my friend. Aren't you good at the Donkey Kong Land 2? Thought it was going to be all of that, but it wasn't. And lesson learned. Okay. Boom. Still, though, I am very, very close to death. So... you know what? I don't know if this will even yield any positive results. I was gonna say, there's no life farming here. Yeah, no. I'm not going to... You know what? We're just gonna... I will get one extra life the long way, which is getting bananas. Okay, well, that's... I don't want to go over any pits. I just need bananas. I just need to... If I can just get one life, then I'll feel a little bit better about going into the next level. Okay. It's a gusty glade. There's going to be wind, and it's not going to end well for me, is it? And there's something over there. You can tell. So am I going to be able to use the clamp on? How... Oh, there's invisible hooks, everyone. There's invisible hooks. There's Rattly. I really don't know if Rattly is going to be my best option right now, though. They should have made me use the super jump there. It would have been a good use to actually use the super jump. But you don't need to use the super jump to get over there. And there's the gust. There she blows. There she blows. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I'm so close to death. And I don't know when the wind's gonna... Yeah, there, okay. The wind's gonna kick in there. So I just need to let it carry me. But I don't know... Oh, fuck this. Fuck this. Oh my god, that's some, like, Mario Brothers shit right there. Like, the original Mario Brothers World 8 bullshit platforming right here. This is not Donkey Kong. This is not... Hashtag not my Donkey Kong. There's a bonus barrel. Okay, I trusted the bananas. Maybe I shouldn't have done that when I'm just trying to get to the end of the level target, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. I got a Krem coin. I know where that is now. I would have really loved a balloon from that, but sure, whatever. Ugh. Dangerous days. I need to be on. I need to be on, let me tell you. You know what? I'm not even going to. Ah! Just lost Dixie. I can always go back for that later, but... Okay, ride out the wind, wait for it to change. Is it gonna change? No, is it only gonna go that one direction? Oh, God. There's a cannon. I assume I didn't need him for anything. Maybe I did. Doesn't matter. I just need to get to the end. There's the hero coin. What the hell? Am I supposed to be up here? Follow the little arrow signs, at least. Okay. I got this. I got this. This is just Donkey Kong. And Donkey Kong is what I know. I don't know much, but I know Donkey Kong. I can do Gusty Glade. It's just wind blowing me through a spooky forest. I did it. Okay, I got through it. I got through it. I got through it. There's Wrinkly. Yes, let's save. Let's save. Yeah. 61%. Yeah. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put that cannonball in the cannon. And we're going to leave Gusty Glade. But I will indulge in some Rattly time. Now that I'm no longer stressed about getting a game over. Now that I have a base established in Gloomy Gulch. I can really just savor things like spending time with Rattly the Rattlesnake. This is, yeah, I wasn't joking. This is very odd for a Donkey Kong game. This kind of jumping across like little slivers of platforms. We've seen stuff like that even in the Super Nintendo version, but the way it's portrayed here, it does feel very, very much like the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, that doesn't even register really as ground all that much. So it's odd. It's just odd to see in a Donkey Kong game. Oh, come on. That should have taken out that Spiny. Don't tell me Rattly couldn't handle that Spiny. Nice. Got both of them that time. Alright. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I feared it would be. That... I don't know what I did there. Can I even go back with the wind? Oh, nope. Nope. It just keeps blowing you back. Maybe if I got enough velocity, I could break it, but I don't know if that's possible. Well, doesn't matter if I get a game over, because I've got Wrinkly, I've got Kong College, I've established roots in the world. But I am gonna want to do this right now. Whoa! Yeah, you almost got me there, you damn Spiny. They love that combination. Spinies and Clamp-ons. Okay. Got the Krem coin. Let's start and select out of here. Let's go save with Wrinkly. Okay. Parrot, shoot, panic, everyone. So, you might be thinking, okay, well, Parrot, shoot, panic. We've seen them change up some of these levels from DKC2. Parrot, shoot, panic, I'm assuming it's just going to be Squawks. I'm assuming they're not going to put Quawks in Donkey Kong Land 2. Well, there is where you are just so full of shit. You're so wrong. Because, yes, this is Quawks. I cannot... I cannot fly upwards right now. And this would be very confusing for anyone who played Donkey Kong Land 2 without playing Donkey Kong Country 2, because the only way you would know what the hell is happening here is if you had played Donkey Kong Country 2 first, because it just looks like Squawks. There's no visual difference here between Quawks, the purple parrot, and Squawks, the green parrot. On the Game Boy, it just looks to be the same parrot. So the fact that I can't spit eggs right now, the fact that I can't fly upwards right now, would seem like the biggest load of nonsense. I would probably think my game was broken. I would probably think this was a bug and what the hell. But no, I've transformed into Quawks the Parrot. Which, you know, I read it in DKC2 as Quawks was not strong enough to carry Diddy and Dixie while also, like, flying upwards. He hadn't had the experience hauling that flashlight like his cousin Squawks had, and, what the hell. But here, you transform into Quawks, and you still can't fly upwards. So I guess he's got honey. Guess he had honey in his wings. A lot of sticky goo around, and couldn't fly upwards. A shame. It was a find the token, I think. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. And I can't go back up. Alright. At least I got the hero coin. That's the big thing. I feel like bonus areas, while they can loom over you, there is an easier time finding them sometimes than the hero coin. At least that's the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, here's another Quawks barrel. Interesting for those keeping track of such things. Now remember in Parrot, Shoot, Panic in DKC2, where there would be that one point where you would trade off between the purple parrots. There was actually two purple parrots on the screen, and so DK Vine, you know, we maintain that there's actually two purple parrots. Quawks is the main one, but then there's also a second purple parrot who we have called various names over the years, including Squawk. But here you transform again, and there was another. There were two transformation barrels earlier on in those branching paths. So if you wanted to say that now you are transformed into Squawk or Flapper or whatever, then have at it, you maniacs. As somebody who loves Quawks and everything Quawks represents, I do like that they didn't forget about Quawks in Donkey Kong Land 2. Quawks does not appear in Donkey Kong Land 3, so this is Quawks only Donkey Kong Land adventure. But, yeah, it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb because there's no way to communicate this to anybody who didn't play the Super Nintendo version. And I feel like they mostly made these games for people who did not have a Super Nintendo. It was kind of like the budget option, right? So either you were a Donkey Kong completionist or you had Donkey Kong Land. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I guess I'm Quawks again. But if I missed any bonus areas beyond, you know, the one I cocked up, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Yeah, well, I don't know, because I didn't get the one. Let's rent from Funky. So now we have the option of going back. And then let's save that one hero coin. I have so many banana coins. And then let's go back into Parachute Panic and let's try to get that bonus area and see if there are any bonus areas that we missed along the way. It's really irritating I can't go up into that barrel. Would have loved, well, it doesn't matter, there's a DK barrel, but you can slow your descent by holding up as you go down. But you still, you can't ever stop flying. You can't ever just hover. Okay, find the token, don't destroy them all, so just get around the Spinies. And that's the Spiny that gave me so much grief earlier. But I'll just Dixie helicopter spin over them, and then it's fine, then screw you. Okay, there is another bonus area here, so. Watch this. I'm Quawks. Oh, now I'm Squawk. Oh. That's canon. Go edit Mario Wiki now. No, actually, don't vandalize Mario Wiki. We're friends with Mario Wiki. We like Mario Wiki. They do good work at Mario Wiki. And there's no room for our nonsense on Mario Wiki. So where could this other bonus area be? Problem is there's a few branching paths ahead, and when you're Quawks, then you're very limited in your exploration. Like, maybe I should have just not gone into the Quawks barrel and just used Dixie's helicopter spin, but I hate when people do that. I really don't like when people do that. I'm like, you have the ability to become Quawks the Purple Parrot, and you don't do it? What is wrong with you? I hope there's nothing up there. If I get to the end and I still haven't found it, I will start and select rather than hitting the, See, there's so many branching paths, and I'm just like, one of these could plausibly hold a bonus barrel, but... See, like, what about up there? Oh, I see something over there, so yeah. Let's go back. This is kind of fun, because I really don't remember a lot about Donkey Kong Land 2. So to have to, like, rediscover where the bonus areas are, like, I'm out of my comfort area in a Donkey Kong game. And that's kind of a fun feeling to have. Like, of course, I vaguely remember a lot of this, but as far as the precise location of secrets, I don't know. I know the broad strokes, but I don't know the subtleties. And so to be surprised by the subtleties, it's a good feeling. Not that I recommend anybody, like, not play a game for years and years and then try to stream it from the perspective of being an expert, because it's embarrassing and it's humiliating, but it has its own charms, I suppose. Yeah, I know. Jumping over the barrel would have been easier, but I'll tell you what. I would not be able to live with myself. I would not be able to sleep tonight if I just bypassed Quawks. Fuck. Okay, I completely missed it. Could there be a hidden pathway, I wonder? Like, I saw the bonus area over there, right? I assume that's what it was, a bonus barrel. So I'm just gonna ride the side. Oh, that's great. There's no way to get around that Zinger. Like, again, I probably should just jump over the Quawks barrel. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's not in my nature. Nor is it in my nurture. I was raised to always believe in the animal buddies. Wow, a lot of screen flicker for all these zingers right now. Okay. Damn it! What did I do wrong? How do I get over there? What did I... Okay. Probably just overlooking something very, very basic right now. Also, this really makes Glimmer look like shit. The fact that even Quawks came back for this, and Glimmer was like, I'm gonna sit that one out. I don't really want to go back. It's like, yeah, we had to rely on those damn light barrels. They weren't very reliable, were they, Glimmer? You're on the box art, and yet you couldn't bother. Yeah, okay, there's just no invisible... Unless there's, like, you blast underneath. I wonder... Yes, 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 that's it, that's it. Not blast, but you hook your way up. Did I miss it? Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, it's up there. Hiding up there, but got it. Got it. All right, yes, yes. And sorry, Quawks, but your services are no longer needed for the rest of the adventure. See you in Donkey Kong Country 3. Web Woods. Now, this is an infamous level on the Super Nintendo. This is really where the game gets incredibly frustrating in DKC 2. Will Donkey Kong Land 2 provide the same experience? Let's find out. I really remember nothing about Web Woods in DKL2. Oh, the ghost ropes. Nice. A little something extra there for all the ghost rope fans in the audience. Nice, actual life balloon. A very rare sight at this point in the game. Alright, well, there is the webmaster himself. He who gives the woods their webs. So I'm just being very cautious right now. Also, I just don't know exactly what's ahead. As I've demonstrated several times on this stream, a lot of times the game expects you to have leaps of faith that ultimately don't pay off. Okay, so they put a Squitter barrel right there, too. So you always will have Squitter. He's kind of mandatory for this, so that's good at least. Part of me is just like, do I just try to finish Web Woods and not try to find all the secrets on my first go? I mean, that might be what I have to wind up doing. Whoa. And the webs don't have the same range as they do in DKC2, so it's kind of hard to pick off the zingers sometimes. Ah! I fucking panicked there. Okay. Well, that looks like an arrow. Yeah? Yeah, that's an arrow. The hell? Don't have something pointing up. Yeah, there's nothing up there. I'm just hitting empty screen. Ah! Hey, I found the hero coin. Whoa. Whoa there, buddy. You do get the hang of Squitter in DKL2 eventually. I mentioned before how there is kind of an efficiency to just combining his projectiles with his web platforms, but it doesn't allow the greater nuance that it does in the Super Nintendo games, but in some ways you have less to worry about then, you know? Okay. Oh, and that big arrow in case you just went all the way up. But again, like, why would you just assume to go all the way up? Unless you were just riding it out the level, like trying to get away from the zingers, which is what I did when I was young and I played Web Woods in DKC2, is I would just try to like hug the top or the bottom of the screen and just hope to get through it. Speaking of hugging the screen, I have no idea what's happening in the context of the greater level right now. Okay, well there's the ground at least. Okay. Definitely missing a bonus area. Or haven't stumbled across it yet. Oh, no, I saw you. I don't know what that was suggesting, but... Alright. I thought there was a bonus area up there, but apparently I just fell right beside it. Nice. I'm not going to complain about that, right? Even if it was just pure accident. So yeah, overall, I would say Web Woods in DKL2 way easier than Web Woods in DKC2. Yeah, look at that! I got all the secrets. I did it. I got it done. All right, so now we're at the boss. We're at the boss of Gloomy Gulch. Would you look at that? After all that trouble in Crazy Kremland, after the constant humiliation in Krazy Koaster, we're at the end. There's just creepy Crow. Now, is this Crow as creepy as he is in DKC2? I'll let you be the judge of that, but as you can see, he doesn't appear to be a ghost here. So if K. Rool gave him his body back, if he like did this Kremling resurrection ritual and like gave him a flesh and blood body, whoa, I can't. I swear I couldn't pick up the egg, but I was probably pressing the wrong button. So there is this, you do scale like you did in DKC2, but he doesn't appear to be a ghost, and you could say, well, that's because he is probably still a ghost. They just don't do a transparency effect on the Game Boy. They can't do it, so you just have to just assume he's a ghost. I don't know, though. I like to think that Crow got his body back, assuming you believe Donkey Kong Land 2 is a separate adventure, which I realize is a minority opinion, but I like to think that he got his body back, and he's just alive again. K. Rool absorbed some of the Kremling source energies and used some of what he had to both give Crow a body back and to create Bleak the Snowman in DKC3. That's my personal fan theory. Damn. You can't do it for everyone. Like, he couldn't give Wrinkly a body. Although maybe that killed Crow. I mean, maybe Crow is just dead now, not even a ghost. So that's the end of Gloomy Gulch. Let's go visit this, what I was alluding to earlier, Clubba's kiosk. You're like, yeah, I haven't seen Clubba at all in this adventure. Well, that's because they stationed Clubba on one specific spot on the map. He's not in every world now. He's only on the overworld. It's kind of a unique way to handle both him and the conceit of the Lost World. So Clubba is right after Gloomy Gulch, before K. Rool's Keep. Let's see ya silver, ya flea bags. And I only have 36 Krem coins. And yeah, you have to pay all 47 Krem coins in a lump sum. And I ran away. Let's see what happens if I try to pay without having it. Try that again, and it's Davy Jones' locker for ye. Har, har, har. Ya must be joking. You'll taste me club if you don't get some more. Oh, and he also spells it with a K. How delightfully on brand for him. Oh, get lost and fetch some more treasure, you scurvy dogs. It's probably all he says. Those 4. That's a lot of dialogue for this game, you know? Yeah. But, and you also approach Clubba from the opposite direction than you do with DKC2. So that's cool. That's fresh. That's worth the price of this game alone. So. Alright, I'll run away. You'll never beat us Kremlings this time. Yeah, it says... You say that with a lot of confidence, Clubba. I would not be really hedging my bets on victory this time around, considering how badly it went for you in DKC2. So yes, 1 away from the nice percentage, but 68%, that's not bad. And that's the end of the stream today, because I think that's a great stopping point, right before K. Rool's Keep, getting through... I think the worst is behind us, honestly, and I know I was saying, oh, Donkey Kong Lane 2, it really picks up once you get past Glimmer's Galleon, and then, oh, Donkey Kong Lane 2, it really picks up once you just get past the entirety of Krem Key, or Krem Cauldron, excuse me. Oh, Donkey Kong Lane 2, it really picks up once you get past Bramble Blast. Oh, it really picks up once you get past the entirety of Crazy Kremland. But here's the thing, I got to Gloomy Gulch, and everything just started clicking into place. I know I had some quibbles here or there, but I think the worst is actually behind us, and I think the best of Donkey Kong Land 2, therefore, must be ahead. And we will experience that next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. GMT. K the Ledge says... the worst mainline DK game, but damn, I still love it. I think that's a good opinion. I mean, I would argue maybe Donkey Konga 2. It depends what you mean by mainline, right? Like, I assume you mean like the platformers. And if that's the case, sure, it would be the worst. But I still love it as well, and like I said, not everything has to be a flawless masterpiece. Something can have lots of flaws, and it can still be worthwhile, and it can still bring you a lot of joy. And I think that's a lesson we need to all learn for media consumption, and to just not walk through life with such puckered assholes. I feel like that's what everybody's doing nowadays, because everything is mid, everything is cringe, everything is trash if it's not just a complete, utter, life-altering masterpiece. And you know, we gotta break that cycle. So maybe Donkey Kong Land 2, maybe this miserable playthrough of Donkey Kong Land 2 will help show us the way. We'll find out if that's actually what happens. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.